Well, of course it has to be 0-2 for Herbert. Like, no 0-2 in the playoffs. Honestly, I'm just going to make a calm rant, but I'm not mad. But Greg Roman, get off the Chargers team now. Even if you want a playoff win before you end up beating the Texans, before you beat Houston. So, I'm just saying, y'all. I don't want to hear it was Norv Turner. It was Marty Schottenheimer, or it was Marlon McCree. Greg Roman is the problem. Get off of the Chargers now. Same as for you, Dean Spanos. And get Tom Gores into this football team right now for the Chargers. Yeah, get Tom Gores in. And then put Dean Spanos out of this team right now. Because I know Raider fans, Broncos, and Chiefs fans are celebrating the Chargers loss, and I get it. But especially after we got blown out by the Texans, including to C.J. Stroud and DeMarco Ryan in Jim Harbaugh's first year as the Chargers coach in the playoffs. This is such unacceptable. And you know what? This Chargers defense stepped it up very good with Khalil Mack and Derwin James. And then the Joey Bosa penalties and flags with the excuses of the injuries of neutral zone infractions and the offsides. Like, Joey Bosa, he needs to, like, dude, Joey Bosa needs to get off this football team. Like, I'm tired of Joey Bosa. And I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me, man. And I'm like, yeah, Joey Bosa, you need to get off this Chargers team. Like, dude, Joey Bosa, I'm serious, dude. I will send you to the Chicago Bears if you want your butt to get traded to Chicago. And bring back Keenan Allen. I don't know about that, but yeah, honestly, bring in Ryan Kelly and Trey Smith next year. And yeah, I think this is what's such as bullshit. Like, yeah, bring me Tyreek Hill or T Higgins. Like, I even care about this. Like, yeah, all I care about is this Chargers team wants the new owner, Tom Gores, the Israeli sports chairman, who used to work with the Pistons, but now he wants to come from basketball to football and start teaching how to start doing something great. And he's also purchasing 27% of purchasing the Chargers, since all the Charger fans want Spanos out. But yeah, bring Tom Gores and then get Spanos out. Like, I am serious with this, you know. At some damn point, you know, let's just focus on the draft. But also, I get this already. Like, dude, even not, you know, the Chargers are just a disappointed playoff team, including Justin Herbert. Like, dude, you end up knowing this. You end up knowing this because the refs were overturning the call of an incomplete pass. Because Derwin James was intercepted, and then it was intercepted by Derwin James, and then it was an incomplete pass. Like, I was so pissed off about that. And then we drew a penalty flag on the Texans multiple times. So as the Chargers, like, they had one, but then also they had two immediately. I don't know about that. But you know what pisses me off is because Greg Roman's a terrible offensive coordinator. And to Bronco fans, you're right. Our quarterback cannot win anything. That goes to Bonnie and then, yeah, Colby. Like, they're all right. They all got it right. Our quarterback can't win anything at all at this point, you know. You know, what I tell you what's funny right now, because honestly, but to the Broncos, if you lose to Buffalo, you're sitting with me on the couch too, because I'm sitting with the Raider couch. Like, all those Charger fans wants to go sit on the couch with Raider fans and Bronco fans immediately. And yeah, but what reminds me of baseball, like, I remember what time during baseball season, the postseason, when I remember is that the San Diego Padres team was losing Game 5 to the Dodgers. I remember that. Same as the Padres. They lost to the Dodgers in Game 5. And then guess what happened? You know, this Chargers team is the same thing as the Padres. Yeah, the Chargers are the same as the Padres, you know, especially the Clippers. Yeah, the Clippers, they're the same as the Clippers and also the Angels. You know, when it comes to football, baseball, basketball, you know, at this point, this Chargers team wants to be like the Padres, the Angels, and then the Clippers. Like, you know what? You're not being that quick. Like, you're just being stupid for this reason. Like, I'm just going to have a calm rant. Like, not going to get into a rage, but I'm just making a calm rant immediately. So, yeah, and you know, it doesn't matter what seems to this, you know, at the end of the day. But also bring me Trey Smith next year, bring in Ryan Kelly, and then bring back Keenan Allen, and then cut Joey Bosa. And Josiah Taylor is a terrible defensive back too. Like, he sucks. He needs to be cut. Asante Samuel Jr., he needs to go. And Joey Bosa, he's gone. Trey Pipkins, he's gone. Greg Roman, he's gone. At some point, Joe Ortiz is the general manager of the Chargers. And you know what? What's funny about that the Raiders were firing Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce. It's very funny to laugh at the Raiders more. Like, you know, I'm immediately saying this. Like, dude, that goes for, yeah, honestly, especially, yeah, Pittsburgh already lost. And Toledo, he is officially right. He said that they're the same old Steelers because, yeah, the Ravens knocked out Pittsburgh in the playoffs. And, yeah, right. Leedy is right. He said he wanted his football team losing to Baltimore in the playoffs. And I can't stand the Steelers, too, either. I know we lost to Pittsburgh in week 3, and then we lost to Baltimore in week 12. But, yeah, if the Chiefs play the Texans, then I don't know who the hell I'm going to go for. Either I say fucking both. Either it's the Texans or the Chiefs. Like, we know the Chiefs are going for a 3-peat. They're looking for a damn title for number 3. Like, they're going for a 3-peat. Like, if this happens, like, this is going to be fucking rigged. But instead of Chargers versus anybody in the Super Bowl, all we want is Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. This is what I want, is Lions-Bills. And you know what? Honestly, like, right now, and yeah, that goes for every fan base that wants Detroit Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Respect for Lions and respect for Buffalo fans. And for the Bills. And yeah, if the Chiefs don't do a 3-peat style, they're done. And then I guess what's going to happen? Travis Kelce might retire. But I know Travis Kelce's old. He was talking about Justin Herbert. Like, I've heard about him. What he said about it is he said that Herbert's the best quarterback. Like, come on, dude. You know, even Travis Kelce has been talking about Justin Herbert. And then you hear about Chris Collinsworth and then Tony Romo talking about Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's disgusting, dude. Like, I'm just saying right now, like, at some point, it doesn't matter. Like, dude, I'm being honest, like, right now, like, when honestly, either Collinsworth or Mahomes talks each other about it, like, what I'm saying, like, right now, like, yeah. And yeah, on some point, like, dude, I honestly know that that could be the problem. Well, at some point, you know, he was being terrible in the playoffs, but I know he sucks right now. But I think we might keep him or get a new quarterback. Like, I even care. I love Jim Harbaugh because I still love Jim Harbaugh. You know, for the Chargers, yeah, I do love Harbaugh. And yeah, all they say, if the Chiefs don't fail. Okay, here it is. Listen, excuse me. If the Chiefs fail a 3-peat competition, they're done. And then guess what's going to happen? It's going to be Detroit, Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I believe it. So it doesn't matter what it does. Like, at some point, and you know what? I think Travis Kelce is a lot older, but I get it. That's why. But here it is again. Like, Chris Collinsworth and Tony Romo were talking about Patrick Mahomes. Like, these two commentators talk about Mahomes all the time and then start doing something bullshit like, wow, this is what. And yeah, they talk about Brady too. Like, they talk about Mahomes. Like, it's Chris Collinsworth and fucking Tony Romo that talk about Mahomes. Even Phil Simms was the longtime commentator that talked about Tom Brady. You know, I know he enjoys talking about Philip Rivers, but it's like Tony Romo when he talks about Justin Herbert. That's just great. But then what he's stupid about, he's talking about Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's just bullshit. Like, I know I dislike the Chiefs. It's like what I dislike the Patriots for with Mahomes and Brady at the end of the day. Andy Reid and Bill Belichick. But it disguises me this shit. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I've said this before. I said we're a first-round exit team. And I am right. We are a first-round exit. And guess what happened? We lost. And then, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, what the hell did I ever seen about this if we end up losing? And then I was pissed off that this defense was getting good. But you know what? I know this defense was stepping up very great. But for the offense, I'm pissed about is the offense. Yeah, you know, doesn't matter. Like, dude, at some fucking point, you know, here it is. You know, what disgusts me is because Chris Collinsworth and Tony Romo still talk about Patrick Mahomes for any damn reason. Like, Phil Simms always talks about Tom Brady. You know, it's like nothing but for Jim Nantz. So, yeah. But, honestly, like right now, honestly, I just want to make this happen. Okay, here's the other playoff game that's gonna come. At least the Rams and Vikings are in Arizona, because this reminds me of the. Okay, here it is. This reminds me of the NHL and then all the other sporting events that had a bubble in COVID years. Like, the NHL had in Edmonton and Toronto, and then MLB had it at Petco Park, which is in San Diego. Yeah, Petco Park, and then they had it at Dodger Stadium. They had it at Minute Maid Park, and then also they had it at was Globe Life Field. I'm like, yeah, dude. Honestly, you know what this was like at the end of the damn day. Like, at some point, I don't believe this at like right now. Like, dude, like here you go. Like right now, I know this before how this is bad. You know, at least Joe Mixon fucking fumbled it. Like credit to Tony Jefferson. The only guy who was from Chula Vista native that went to East Lake High had the fumble recovery. I give a credit to Tony Jefferson. Like he absolutely punched the ball out and then recovered it. So yeah, I'm picking the Lions or the Bills to win it all. Yeah. So I either see that the Packers losing to the fucking Eagles. Yeah, I'm picking Philly to beat Green Bay. Because the Eagles are going to beat the Packers. Like they want the revenge from the 2010 wild card. Like the last time they had a wild card was 2010, and then Green Bay was winning it all. That's why. Because even that I say this: Philadelphia wants to pay back on Green Bay from the playoffs, like 15 years ago in the 2010 playoffs in the wild card, and Washington wants to pay back too. Of course, I picked the Commanders for an upset. That goes for awesomeness. And yeah, especially for Joshua the Bucks and Logan, who is a Buccaneers fan, like a Buccaneers fan. Yeah, the Vikings. Oh yeah, I'm picking Rams to beat the Vikings because, honestly, like right now, because dude, even though that, respectfully, prayers for every people. So while I do this, here's my thoughts, my sad thoughts. Prayers for LA, all, but prayers for everybody else in California, which is sad. And you know what? The Texans did have respect pay tribute to the wildfire tragedy of LA. But it's a respect. And when I fucking know this shit at the end of the day, like, dude, I know I'm a little bit tired, but I can't wait for Sunday tomorrow. But it's gonna be a defeat Sunday for the Chargers after the elimination in the playoffs. But honestly, I got to think about this: how much this Chargers team wants. At least we can't win it all because we got to get Tom Gores and then get Dean Spanos kicked out. Yeah, Spanos needs to sell that team because Tom Gores needs to purchase the team. And yeah, I know because I still have a recovery of a wisdom teeth removal. What disgusts me is this because it's only me who had a wisdom teeth removal because I'm on a recovery of a surgery oral since the Chargers end up losing to the Texans. And I'm fine with the loss, but you know what? At least we won 3, but 2010 was the Chargers sweeping the Broncos, and then 2018 we swept the Raiders, and then we beat the Patriots twice in New England and Foxborough. It's because we knocked out the Patriots again twice. And this is what I need to know that this is what I want. But to where you hide it is Eagles fan, go get that win. Especially for Unknown, who's a Packers fan. Sorry, dude. If you're gonna lose, that's on you. Packer fans to the other Packer fans. If you want to lose to Philly, that's on you too. Because if you lose, you're gonna have a problem like us when we lost to Houston. The same as for all you Pittsburgh Steelers fans that lost to Baltimore. That's gonna be all yours. Because y'all are done too. Because it's your coach, it's your owner. Because especially for Mike Tomlin, I agree with Leedy. Their head coach Mike Tomlin is the worst, including Art Rooney. Yeah, I agree with Leedy because, dude, you know what? At some point, I always do believe this because at some damn point, like, dude, You know what it is? Okay, you know what's funny that the Steelers suck immediately because Pittsburgh is bad. Yeah, I know. Pittsburgh's a lot terrible because, dude, I thought that Baltimore was gonna be sending Pittsburgh home, and guess what? They did. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I gotta believe this. What this is like, I I just need to know about this destiny because, dude, even end up losing to Houston was a blowout. But, this is like 2015 in the semifinals of the West when the Clippers lost in 7 to the Rockets. Before, yeah, it was like James Harden years. Like James Harden was the one who beat his current team from his former team's site. So yeah, this is like 2015 NBA playoffs when the Clippers lost to the Rockets. Yeah, but like 1998 when the San Diego Padres beat the Houston Astros. Yeah, this reminds me of this, like 98 Padres beating the Astros, at the end of the day, because yeah, you know, be right back for right now. All right, so I'm back right now, but yeah, I'll be right back again. All right, I'm back, y'all, again. But yeah, today, good game on your Texans, but dude, you knocked us out because if y'all play the Chiefs, I expect y'all to beat them. Like, I don't know if you're gonna beat Kansas City if they have Mahomes, but yeah, they do have Mahomes. But hey, listen to Texan fans, if y'all play the Chiefs or the Ravens, y'all beat them because everybody doesn't want to see Kansas City go for a three-peat. But it's like 2005 when somebody doesn't want the Patriots to go for a three-peat, which is bullshit. Like, yeah, they don't want the fucking Patriots three-peat, but they don't want to see the Chiefs three-peat either. Like, so does for Mahomes at some point, at the end of the day. I said all this, and I get that. Well, okay, so I can't tell y'all that Justin Herbert is like Peyton Manning, and then John Elway. Like, dude, this is what he's like. He's like Peyton Manning and then John Elway in the fucking 90s, like, or the 80s, whatever. But if you're like, okay, here it is. If you're like John Elway or if you're like Peyton Manning, who cares about this? But here it is. What reminds me of Jim Harbaugh, that he is just like Mike Ditka and then Mike Holmgren and then John Gruden. And then, yeah, Brian Billick, we could add with John Harbaugh. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick. Who else? Let's add it up. Don Shula, John Gruden, Don Coryell, and Tom Landry, and John Madden, Tom Flores. And then you also know that it was only Barry Switzer, and then Curly Lambeau, George Halas. And yeah, since as just like as Vince Lombardi, who was the longtime Packers coach, but it's like as Mike McCarthy and then Barry Switzer, and then also like just like as Jimmy Johnson, like that was gonna happen. Like, dude, this is like January 11th, the Dez Bryant catch. That happened a long time ago. And you're like, yeah, that was a long time ago when the Cowboys lost to the Packers, their arch rival Green Bay Packers. Here's the funny thing. Dez dropped it, and then guess what happened? Mike McCarthy threw a challenge flag towards the Cowboys, which made the Cowboys fans offended about the Dez catch. At least Aaron Rodgers has knocked out Tony Romo to send the Cowboys home. And yeah, you hear some Eagle fans and Giant fans celebrating the Cowboys' loss, like so many Washington fans that want to celebrate the Cowboys' loss. But that doesn't matter. Same as for Texan fans. Yeah, you celebrate the Cowboys' loss all the single time. And remember when y'all knocked out the Dallas Cowboys, when they didn't have Dak Prescott, they had Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. I'm like, yeah. So here's another thing, like, dude. Like, good game to all the Texan fans, including Steven Rose, loyal to Houston, Tay, and also Spider 27, and also whoever. Other Texan fans, of course, but especially the two-teamer who's an Eagles fan. Absolutely. Like, I would have said this. Nothing doesn't provide. Like, dude, you know what? It doesn't matter. At some point, and Russell Wilson's washed. He has washed immediately. And another reminding of a coach is like Pete Carroll. Like, yeah, that's like Pete Carroll days. And yeah, like Sean McVay, of course. That's so many point, like, people are talking about, like, dude, this is already right or wrong. Like, dude, especially like hockey. But when the Anaheim Ducks got swept by the Sharks in 2018, yeah. You know what? Yeah, this is like the LA Galaxy's last playoff loss was 2022. I know we have 6 MLS Cup rings, but for San Diego FC, let's see if this team can make the playoffs either. Like, I know football season's already almost done because Super Bowl's coming up in February. All I want is Detroit and Buffalo in the Super Bowl because it will be a lot of fun than Kansas City immediately because, and it was funny that the Niners didn't make the playoffs, but especially for San Francisco, they didn't make the playoffs. But the 49ers suck immediately, but yeah, they do. Well, I'm glad they didn't make the playoffs because, yeah. Anyway, it's just possible. Like, dude, honestly, I just need to know this at the end of the day. And just marking my words, like, right now, because, dude, this ain't gonna happen. For this Chargers team winning the Super Bowl, that ain't gonna happen either. This is all what it is. Like, dude, same as what the Cowboys do. The Cowboys are one and done. This is all what Dallas fans wanted, was to miss the playoffs. And guess what they did? Well, honestly, I think that's it for now, but I think I'll wrap this up. So that was my calm rant for today for the Chargers loss and the blowout to Houston. But until next time, you guys, it's your boy George Trask. Peace out. As always, bolts up and go Chargers and fire Greg Roman because Greg Roman sucks.